Or maybe sometimes 13 guys, but the guys on the same. Like, How you doing? Good.
Everybody, we get started in just a minute. Those in favor, please go ahead and get started in just a minute. Hey, everybody, if you can take your seats, please. We'll go ahead and get started. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again for coming here tonight. This is good. Can everybody hear me? I'm back here. What? Great. It is such a wonderful sight to see. You know, at alumni weekends, we'll usually have, I don't know, some of our best crowd, maybe 30, 40, 50 alumni come in. But to see about 75 alumni here today is wonderful. This has got to be our best event ever, having alumni. And our first, yeah. And our first Hall of Fame banquet. Usually it's just a spring players awards banquet that we do, you know, with just players and some of the coaches. And this is a special event for all of us. We've all looked forward to it. These are our board members here. We've got Chris Murphy, Wyatt Shepard, Bill Roden, and then Bill Harris. He's not with us tonight. We do have a video from him in a minute. Katie Lewis, our incredible intern, she does all the work for us. I always say we work at the pleasure of John Roberts and the team, and John does a great job communicating and telling us what to do. So we appreciate it. But I do want to thank all these guys for making this vision come true. We've been thinking about it for a couple of years, and to finally have it all come together is a wonderful thing. Also, I'd like to recognize some of our past head coaches who are here tonight, and one's not. And if you would stand, if you can, and remain standing. Now we're just going to give you one a clap ovation for you all. Okay. If we could have Jean-Pierre Chambliss, please. Steve Darnell is not here. Howard Hunt, Jeff Mark Morris, and Jeff Smoka. Please all. We'd also like to give special recognition to Mike Artlett, better known to most of us as Redneck. If you never knew what his real name was, it's Mike Artlett. Redneck does all of our design work for us, and he's done just an incredible job on the trophies. You'll see patches, logos. He does it all for us pro bono as a blessing to the folks. We want to give him special recognition. Kevin Schwedo, he was Schwedo. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Remember, correct. Don't ask him what's under his kilt. And he's the executive director of South Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles. He's a retired colonel and lifelong rugby player and friend of the sport. And he helps us coordinate the Fort Jackson event every year that the team goes to. Kevin see them on the screen in a little bit and on the back of your brochure. John Hanks, Mark Rockefeller, Kim Pipkin. We want to thank them for being sponsors of the program today. John. Also, we want to recognize Warren Muir. Warren was one of the USC players extraordinaire. He was running back for USC, an All-American, and just a phenomenal player. Everybody who talks about him just talks about how he just ran over people all the time. We gave him special recognition a couple years ago in 2022 and never got a chance to hand his award to him because he didn't get a chance to come to that banquet. So we'd like to do that right now. Mr. Warren Muir.
Yeah!
I'd also like to say Warren has passed on his genes well to his grandson, Ryan Muir. I've been playing rugby with him on Oak Gray, and Ryan's a fantastic player. They won, Oak Gray won their playoff game today up in Gastonia. Thanks to Ryan. Yes, sir. Congratulations. I won't take it back. Now I'd like to introduce the coaching staff. John, you can stay here. John Roberts is a special person. Anybody who knows him knows that. He has done an incredible job with his team. He loves his guys. I always say I taught him how to coach because he always yelled at me when we were playing together. We didn't have a coach, so John took it upon himself to do a lot of that. He was good at it then. He's great at it now. He's the triple threat. He's a great coach, but also he's a great communicator, and he knows higher education and marketing. So he's done a lot of phenomenal things with the program that would not be done without him. And again, we can really enjoy serving him because the things that he asks for and needs are all very relevant to promoting the program and supporting USC Rugby. I'd also like to bring up the other coaches, Jeff Smolka. Roy Nolte. And Eddie Ellison.
All right, here we go. I'm going to try to make this real quick. I'm going to give you a real quick summary of the year and all the great things we did. We're going to give out some of our club awards. So this is sort of a preamble to what we're all here for tonight, which is the Hall of Fame. Well, we had a pretty good fall season. We started it out because we had some parents who pitched in with a really big gift. And this is a far cry from what you guys had back in the day when we get to travel in all of our away games in a charter bus. Yeah. Awesome to get 2 meals paid for. We kicked this thing off this year, and we had someone, the McKernans, gave us a big gift, Bill and Cindy McKernan. I think Will's here somewhere. Raise your hand, Will. There he is. His parents gave they love the boys, and they want to make sure that we have a great experience and they really help the coaches. So that started off with a great year. We had a good fall season. We beat Clemson again. Just got by him. I mean, we haven't beaten him up there in 20 years or so, and it was really good. It was a close game. What was the score, Nick DuBois? 8-5. 8-1? All right. Anyway, it's a win. Yeah. All right. Hey, and we ended up finishing third in the conference. I mean, not what we wanted, but Tennessee and Kentucky were in there, but we had a good fall, and we did a lot of good things. And something else, I always want to bring this up, but we raised $5,688 for November, right, for Men's Health. Sasha, go organize that. All right, so we raise, but we have fundraisers in the fall and the spring. They're very important for us. We ask people to do a lot for us, so it's important that people see us doing for others, and it's ingrained in the culture of our program that we do a fall and spring fundraiser, giving back to the community. In the sevens, we won the Tuscaloosa Sevens tournament in Alabama. And we won a three-peat in SCRC. You know, rugby in sevens is such a fun game. And I remember the first year I was here, we beat Clemson on the final play of the game in sevens. Remember that, Isaac? It was awesome. And then the next year, where's Big E? Is Big E here? Big E scored the try, right, to beat Tennessee in the final play. And Tom Allison's over there. He scored a try against Clemson in the finals to win that game. And then this year, where's Matty Walsh? He scored the final play against the Big Teams national champion Kentucky, and we shocked him, and we beat him. And 3 years in a row. So we're heading to Gaithersburg in a week, and we're going up there. Go check it out on the Rugby Network. We're playing in the Premier Division, all right, which means that we're going to be playing against a lot of varsity teams. So we're playing the best of the best. The guys are good. I think we're healthy now, and we're looking to make a lot of noise up there. So you guys check it out. It's a lot of fun, and go Cox, right? And we raised $400 just recently for the animal shelters. If you guys saw the guys petting the puppies, on Facebook and maybe Instagram. So that was our spring fundraiser. All right, so now's the time where we're going to do the spring awards. So let's go with, we'll have our backs coach, Eddie. You're going to give this award out. All right, this player's been with us for a while. He's a senior. He's very competitive. Sometimes he's injury prone, but he had a fantastic year for us. I tell you what, if you go back and you watch the YouTube channel and watch our game against Clemson, he saved us. He's booming box kicks, just kept him way off balance. He's done a great job. I would have missed this kid because he's just so competitive. He's such a great boy coach. And he's a rarity on our team because he's a South Carolina boy. And he's from Charleston. Jack Van Fleet, come on up, Okay, let's have Roy. You can come up and give this speech. Our most valuable award is it was a kind of a tough decision. He's always steady. He never gets hurt. He's going to be our captain next year. He's a tall string bean. He's got a kind of curly blonde hair on top. He's one of my favorite guys. Peter Blackburn! Shu, you can give this one out. This goes out to our Rookie of the Year. This is a player who's helped us out all year. He got a little injured at the back and in his hand, but he was great. I'll tell you what, we went to Coastal Carolina for our first game, and I knew he was good, but I put him into the game for the very first time, and his total expression changed. It just went. And it was just intense look, this kill in his eyes, this intensity, and he plays with such great intensity, and that's Gavin Caron. Come on up, Gavin! Okay, Jeff Smoker, you get this award out. This goes out to our most valuable player. No surprise to anybody, he's been on the team for 5 years. Up until this year, he was the guy that never, ever, ever got hurt. He was always the guy that anchored our back line. He's been a great, has great plays, runs the backs when we're not there. He's just a tremendous leader, and he's graduating with the MBA, right? MBA, yeah. So, Mr. Dan Gold, come on up. Okay, last one. I'm going to give this one out, guys. Excuse me, because of who he is. You know, but this is a guy who, 2 years captain, 2 years club president, always club leader, always working for the team. He's helped keep me accountable. He's been a great player, but he's not only a great player, but he's even a better person. Just an exceptional person in every way around. And I've coached for a long time. And I will say this, that he is the best club president and the best team captain that I've ever had to play with. And that says a lot because I've done this for a long time, and it is Grant Howard. Okay, we're gonna real quickly give. Let's have Jeff. Can you come back up here, please? We're gonna give out. We're gonna just talk about. I'm not gonna talk about. I'm just gonna call them off. We're gonna give us recognize some of our seniors. A lot of them have already gone and not graduated. We want to give them a little award. Is Caroline here? He's not here, is he? Okay, Dan Golden. Grant Howard, come on up. We have a little keepsake. The logo that Mike Arlick designed, you get to keep it with you. It'll be a constant reminder for you to make sure you make a monthly gift to the club, right? Isaac Gams. Walker Richardson, I didn't see his fuzzy face, so I guess he's not here. He graduated in 23. And JV. Where's Jack Kelly? Is Joey here? Andrew Reese graduated in the fall, but he traveled all the way from Texas. Where's Andrew Reese? Be part of this. Where's Reese? No, he just sitting next to me. Where is he? He's in the bathroom. All right, well, anyway. All right, we'll get a picture later. Guys, we're going to miss these guys. Give them a hand. All right? There's a lot of time for this. That's right. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the Smoker scholarships, and we can kind of begin. Jeff Smoker started them. Normally we have a big thing, but we're trying to run through it really quickly. This doesn't mean to diminish everything that Jeff has done. He's done so much, he and Margaret, for the program, and I'll tell you a little bit about the way the program's evolved a little bit. We can run through the show. So everybody who has a Smoker scholarship, you should have your notebook with you. Hold it up so everybody can see. See that? All right. Let's do to this guy over here and his wife, Jeff. They've done so much for the program. It's helped us to recruit students. Grant has it, Dan has it, JB, Pat Imps. Jeff put together this PowerPoint. Let's go to the next slide. All these guys, three years, Peter. I mean, some of the great players on our team have these things, and it's really impacted us. And if we can go to the next page, please. Those are our Fall 24 and Spring 25 scholarships. Guys, we have like 32 or 33. How many guys on scholarship now, Jeff? 34? 32. 32 get financial aid, from us. And Jeff, this has been his thing. And he oversees it, and he gives his treasure to it. He awards these scholarships. And this past year, we've had a couple of really big things that have happened. Jeff came to the table with a little more money. We were able to move some things around the university. Before this year, we were only able to give these out to sophomores. This year, we can give them out to incoming freshmen, right? So that's a big recruiting tool. If you can get a freshman to come in and you can offer them the in-state scholarship if they're from New Jersey, they're paying $38, you can say, hey, we're giving you a $16,000 scholarship. I mean, it's a big, big deal. It's helping us to recruit. And now we can also give them to international students. First time ever. Fingers crossed. Three Scottish kids come back here in the fall, working on it. Very good players. All right, going to help us transform the team. So Jeff has done so much, and he and his wife Margaret have made a very, very substantial gift that's going to occur in the coming years. That's going to endow these scholarships, and it's going to make sure that they're here forever. So I want everybody. He's done so much for us, and the Smokers. Let's stand up. Let's give him some love. Okay, now I'm leaving the stage.
Thank you, sir. Great job, John. Congratulations, all you players, to won awards. That's good stuff. Thank you for your commitment to the team and the game. What we'd like to go over now, and can I get Bill to help out? We've got a video from Phil Harris that we're going to play. He was the committee chairman for the Hall of Fame. I was very thankful I didn't have to do a thing. Bill ran the show, and I'd like to recognize some of the other committee members. Philo Rockefeller, Rick LaBelle, Bubbles, and his real name is Alex Feltman, for those of you who didn't know that one. Declan Reed and John Roberts. These guys put together this first class, and I'd like to give them a hand, please. And here's a word from Phil Harris, who couldn't be with us tonight.
Good afternoon. My name is Philip Harris. I am the Vice Chairman of the Carolina Rugby Foundation, and it has been my great honor to serve as the Chairman of the first ever Carolina Rugby Hall of Fame Selection Committee. First, I wanted to thank all of our committee members and give a special shout out to my guy, Rick LaBelle, who's been a tremendous asset in getting this project off of the ground. We received numerous nominations of highly qualified nominees, but this first class honors the origin story of Carolina Rugby. Matt Godek, the late Dr. Jim Wynn, and of course our founder, Sandy Frazier, created and helped build this great program. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be in attendance today. We can blame Major League Rugby for my absence, but congratulations to the first class of Hall of Fame inductees. Don't do anything I wouldn't do this evening. And Spurs up.
Yeah, so Phil actually does work with one of the New England professional teams, the Free Jacks in rugby. The biographies of the inductees are actually in your programs this evening, but we are going to have members come up and give short bios of each new inductee. One of our primary objectives of the foundation is to connect these veteran players to the new players of today. And we feel like this Hall of Fame will do a good job with that. And we ask the new inductees to the Hall of Fame, if you would please, we ask you kindly, please come back and wear your blazer when you come back to future events and be recognized. Our inductees also become a member of our Hall of Fame selection committee. So each inductee will be presented their coat by a current member of the team and a past teammate, symbolizing our linking of the young players with our storied past. Paul Salvatore, if you'd come forward, please, better known as Sal, was the moon.
Just a couple words. First candidate is Sandy Frazier, our guy that started the club. He had a club off campus, mostly with the military over at Fort Jackson. But he brought it onto campus, and we started in '68 was the first team. Happened to be a member of the first team with Sandy. Saw a poster at Russell House said, "Come down, play rugby." So why not? Came down. So, well, how do you play? Sandy said, well, see the guy with the ball, just make sure he doesn't cross the touchdown. What about the rules? He says, don't worry about it. If you do something wrong, we'll blow the whistle. We'll start over. But, in all honesty, Sandy started the club, but as a coach, he taught us the rules. He recruited the players. He was the equipment manager. He didn't have any equipment. He was the transportation manager.
We rented our first jerseys for the USC soccer team. Seriously, 50 cents.
And then the transportation, we didn't have a bus, but he found us transportation to go to the games. He had to find us places to stay. We stayed in fraternity houses, we stayed in dorms, we stayed all over the place. And then he was a schedule maker. So he was the club secretary, so he coordinated everything for us. So Sandy really was the guy that put the foundation down, and very happy that he's recognized for that. But he would be amazed to see what the club is today. It is just by far more than you would probably ever imagine. And John, you have done a great job. Andy Frazier is Sandy's daughter.
One size fits all.
I'd like to invite Rick LaBelle and Dan Golden up, please, for our next award.
Well, good evening, fellow ruggers, college guys. I thank you guys for being here tonight. One thing you're going to realize is if you're a member of a rugby team, like the University of South Carolina, for too much longer, you'll develop some of the best friends you'll ever have. I'm up here tonight to honor the second guy we're going to talk about. And I thought about this a long time. And the guy on the screen, I think that's a picture when Matt was in a mud wrestling contest with Royal for fraternity when he was here. And, I thought back about meeting Matt and what he's done over the years. And I can tell you, I played rugby here, played in Augusta briefly, then I went to Chicago Lions, then I went to Atlanta, played for Atlanta all my life. I'm still involved in rugby. And every team I've ever been with ordered their merchandise from Matt. And there's a reason for that. Okay? But I'll tell you how I first got introduced to him. Some of you guys in this room remember David Rock Ansley, one of the best hookers that I ever played with, roommate, fraternity brother. Well, we were down at the Black Field, and I was on the side of the field, and guys were lacing up, early 71. And I looked over on the side, and there was a guy over there that was talking to you guys. I said, Rock. I said, who's that? Rock didn't even look up. He said, that's Leather Balls. And I thought to myself, man, that guy must be tough. And then Rock looked up and said a little bit. He said, Matt Godak, alumni, he gives us our gear. The next thought that went in my mind, because I was a college kid, right, was wonder what kind of business card he's got, Leather Balls. Right? So, anyway, over the years, I've seen Matt with his truck at any kind of tournament, whether it be Savannah or any, New Orleans or whatever. And I've always, made it a point to buy his gear. But in preparing for this, I've met some guys that have known Matt for a long, long time. And if you ever watch USA Rugby, you see Dan Lyle on TV, the announcer. He used to work for Matt. Matt gave him a job when he was trying out for the Redskins. Right, Matt? And, of course, Dan, was capped several times for the USA team, played around the world for Bath and also the Eagles. And another guy that's really, really good friends with him, Brian Lazar, great old friend who's head of the USA Rugby Foundation. And I didn't realize this, but in talking to Brian recently, he told me, he said, Rick, he said, you know what? He said, I got a real problem with my team coming up. I said, what do you mean? He says, I just hope Matt guys, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. He says, all the rugby ball that USA Rugby Foundation uses and all the jerseys and jackets and everything, it's Matt. Okay? So Matt has developed these contacts around the world. I mean, you can go anywhere in the world and probably mention Matt Godak Rugby and Soccer Supply and they'll know who Matt is. Now, for you college guys, if you've got a marketing degree you're working on, you ought to talk to this guy. He knows how to do it around the world. Okay? He knows how to do it with friendship, passion, and hard work. He's always known for getting the job done. And I talked with another guy that I looked up that I knew that Matt had done some business with. And I'm going to read you a little letter. And this comes from a retired colonel that headed up 2,400 Green Berets. Okay? And he told me, he said, Rick, he said, when I work with Matt, he says, I'm working with a legend. This was retired Colonel Mark Brown. Okay? You know, he was a good friend of Matt's. And he said, Rick, let me send you something. He said, Rick, this is for Matt. Colonial retired Mark Brown and Chief Warrant Officer retired Nick Kunamata, U.S. Army Special Forces, Green Berets. Hi, Matt. I'm sending this to you from Zambia. He called me from Zambia the other day. And Nick is in Japan. We wanted to say to you on behalf of all your military rugby brothers how important you are to us. Military rugby and Matt Godak are synonymous in our military rugby culture. This is a fact. As a young lieutenant in 1989, I wore all my Army jersey proudly, and that jersey was made by Matt Godak. It hangs framed in my office. From that day on, so many years ago, you've been a wonderful mentor, friend, and supporter of Nick and I and the military. From uniforms and balls to Okinawa to designing, making, shipping the entire Vanuatu Rugby Union and referee kits in the South Pacific, you were there. With a can-do attitude, never told no. I am honored to speak for the hundreds and hundreds of military brothers, from privates to generals, who have impacted in so many ways. Thank you, brother. As a military officer, your living example of always finding a way to make it happen was inspiring to me, as well as countless other soldiers. Your induction into the Hall of Fame is so befitting and deserved. We are honored to provide a short vignette of how important you are to us. Thank you. Much love.
Thank you. Guys, John Roberts told me short. So, thank you.
Just your talk, not your height.
Thank you. But I want to share something. I received an award once. I received an award once, and it had all this stuff on there, and it had one word, SAGE, S-H-E. I had to look it up, because I'm forward. But ever since then, it has stuck in my mind as to what a sage means to people and how they help organizations. And I'd like to honor 3 sages. One, I want to get your first name. This is Randy Roberts. Randy, without your support, John wouldn't be where he is. All the mothers, all the parents, all the supporters, you exemplify it. Thank you. The second one is Jeff Smolka. Jeff, I don't know what you do, but it seems to, I always seem to, you're always doing it and getting it done. You're to be commended. Thank you. The third one, Rick LaBelle. Rick, I also think is a sage, and that just does it. But he's been bugging me about one thing. Wants my truck. It's the key. You're not getting the truck. When I want to acknowledge Sandy Frazier. Sandy started this club when I came out. He said, just go to 2 practices, 1 game. If you don't like it, quit. Went to 2 practices, 2 games, and a party. And I would suggest that as you guys go forward, use that little thing, bring people out. Second thing is, Jim Wynn was an administrator with the school. He knew just enough about how to get things done, pass them on to people, get them done, and we survived. But thank you, Jim and his family, for giving the impetus to get these things. So, my sages, it's just a strong. And really to be commended, along with all the parents, coaches, everything. Thank you guys. Great time. Thank you.
Three cheers for Banquet! Get back! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Thank you, guys. That was great. I'd like to invite Dr. Freddie Holland and Jack Van Fleet to the stage, please, for our next induction.
My name is, can everybody hear me? Yes, fine. Anyway, it's an honor to be up here and say a few words about Jim Wynn, induction to Hall of Fame. And later on, I will give some sons being accept the award. In winter of 1970, I was a graduate assistant, working on my graduate degrees in the biology department. Jim Wynn was in the pharmacy department upstairs, and he walked down into my lab and he said, "Somebody told me you were interested in finding out about rugby." I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Well, we practice Tuesday and Thursday down on the intramural fields, and we play on the weekends. Come on down and find out what it's about." So I went to practice Tuesday and Thursday, and rode with Jim Wynn up to North Carolina State, playing the game, the B game up in North Carolina State. Jim played the B game, helped coach some of the B players in addition to the A game. And about halfway through the match, he was making a break for the goal line, and I swung around outside of him out of a loose rock. And Jim just sort of handed the ball off to me. I know he didn't have to. He could have scored easily. I sort of like Jim, unselfish. And I went on in and scored, and I was sort of hooked for rugby. For, to 1974, South Carolina, and then another 15 years after that. That little story tells you something about Jim Wynn, but it really doesn't tell you why he's in the Hall of Fame or very much about his integrity and character. Jim was a strong center back. He could handle the ball, he passed and received the ball very well, ran in straight lines, and his defense was superior. He disrupted the entire back line most of the time, which is what his job was. And if he ever tackled you, I'm sure you remember. Most of us did. But that really doesn't tell you why he's in the Hall of Fame or what made Jim special. What made Jim special was his leadership and his mentoring. And I don't call it coaching. He really didn't coach. He sort of mentored you into how to play your position and kind of guided you. He treated everybody on our squad with respect, and he got their respect in return. He always told me, and I saw Jim several times every week because his office was not very far from where mine was. He told me that our biggest problem was us, and we didn't know how good we were. We didn't have any understanding of our potential. And it was probably true. We did have a really good bunch of athletes. He also taught us how to be prepared, how to be happy, how to play with confidence, and how to play with integrity. If he had a motto, it would have been something like, play smart, be true to yourself, and play the whole match, because you never know what's going to happen. And that's why Jim's in the Hall of Fame. He taught us how to live our lives happy, confident, and with integrity. And I personally can't imagine Rugby Hall of Fame for the University of South Carolina if Jim Wynn's not in it. And with that, could his sons, William and Jay, come forward?
we were told we had a moment.
Yeah, you do.
Uh,
Figure behind you.
oh, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like that. I can carry. Jay, would you like to go first, or may I? All right. So there's so many loves in life, and this was one of the. I can't. If you were his teammate or coached with him or played with him, throw your hand. Thank you. Thank you all. You gave him some of the greatest love of his life. It was being a Gamecock Rugger, being your brother, and being a part of something that was just natural. You talked about Dad as a mentor. Dad was a teacher. Dad, and you can read. Dad kind of did it all. He was the governor's teacher of the year. He was the professor of the year for USC, MUSC, and for a little college that he founded in Savannah called South University. He was dedicated to education and excellence on and off the field. So for the young players, do I have current players in the house? Raise your hand. Get to know these gentlemen. Talk to them. Share moments with them. Their lifelong camaraderie was probably one of Dad's greatest things, was his genuine love for you. Thank you so much for letting him be a part of your story and your journey. And he would be more proud of this than probably only one more thing in the world. Alexander, will you stand for me? This is my nephew, Alexander. If you have a story to tell about Dad, this is Dad's grandson, Alexander. Please tell Alexander. This is probably the only thing that beats you. It's his grandson. So I thank you very much, and please welcome my brother. Thank you.
William said it well. I don't have much more to say. Hey, so I wish he could be here tonight. This would mean so much to him. You guys meant so much to him, and all our life growing up. I mean, you can't imagine how much we heard about his experience on the field. It is the friendships that he formed were tremendous and meant the world to him. And I know it will mean the same to you guys as you go forward in life. And it's an honor to be able to accept this on his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you all. Throughout the years, USC has had many, many great teams who won conference championships and competed at national levels. But some of the strongest teams USC has ever had was in the early 70s. Those teams compiled 37 home field wins in a row. They competed for the national championships. We're honored today to have 30 of those members of the 1973 team. And that team defeated the visiting British Royal team, Her Majesty's Bulwark, not once, but twice here in South Carolina. Those victories are enshrined in USC's rugby lore. I invite Rick LaBelle, a member of that team, to say a few words about those games and present the awards to the members of the 1973 USC men's rugby team. Rick.
Players, current players. Tonight, in front of you, what you're witnessing is history, being the first induction, right? Three fantastic people gave a lot to the sport at this university. And their relevance. Well, a lot of these guys are in the room that came up from everywhere, the United States. The one from Toronto, Canada. For this are special to me. Been friends to me all my life. And these guys, in the pictures you see on the wall, there's a big story behind it, and I know I'm limited for time, so I won't do a lot of it, but we the NATO was running, you know, some activities in the Atlantic with our government, and included the British. They had their whole fleet. And the admiral looked up, I think it was Ed Lee, who used to be head of the Eastern Rugby Union out of Virginia, who Jim Wynn knew, and said, we want to play the best team on the East Coast. And Ed had told Jim, you know, these guys are looking to play. He said, okay, we'll play. So we agreed to play them down in Charleston at the naval base. And we thought, you know, these guys have been playing rugby all their lives. And we didn't know what it was going to be like. We, you know, heard that they had trained on aircraft carrier, you know, which isn't a lot of fun. You know, but the whole fleet had several rugby clubs. So they got their best guys. We played them down in Charleston. And I remember I was back there talking with Ron one time, who was our scrum half, who's in the picture on the left. He's a little bit to the left of Werner, the short picture. But Ron told me, he said, Rick, he said, you know, the thing I remember about it most was, you know, all you guys got on the bus and left from where we were changing. And the only bus left was the one sitting out front, so I went out there and got on it, and there wasn't anything but a bunch of British guys and me. He's all dressed out, and he said, I looked at him, and I sat down, and all I could hear was a bunch of laughter in the back. And I thought, yeah, those guys are probably, you know, joking like, you know, yeah, you know, she gets on the bus with the wolves, that kind of stuff. So he turned around, and he says, the only thing I can remember was I looked at him, and none of them had any teeth. Is that right, Ron?
That's right.
So, you know, we played them, and we beat them in that game. And I think it was like 24 hours later, the admiral called up to the university, got in touch with Jim Wynn, and said, we want a rematch. So there was a rematch on Wednesday night at the Black underneath the lights. And anybody in this room can attest to this. There were 10 school buses full, excuse me for the expression, limeys, right? British sailors that were ready to play us. Some of them were in their dress, remember? And they got out and they were standing like this, and they were watching the game. And we beat them again under the lights. Now, if you look at the history over there, you'll wonder why there's a mansion in a picture there. That's was the party was held. I was a social chairman, and the party was held at the Ginyard Plantation across the river, which I thought was appropriate for the British to be around, right? All that kind of stuff. So anyway, funny thing about the party was, you know, we had several kegs of beer, and if you guys, you might be able to remember this, you know, back in college when you go to a party, everybody just pours the keg, right? And you got to go in about 5 feet. Well, these British guys are all standing in a line with an empty cup, you know. I said, man, this isn't how you do it. Here, you got to get up there and mingle and fight for the beer. So they learned how to do that. But I know I can go into a longer story, but let's just say that there were 17 AWOLs that the military police were looking for on campus. And I go to a bar, and you see a pair of pants up on the wall, and it say HMS Bulwark. I guess these guys can take their clothes off for beer. But anyway, it was a great time, so we beat them twice. But, you know, the history of those 2 years is really, really special. Over there also, you'll see where in one season, you know, spring season and fall season, one season, we scored 223 points, had 16 scored against us, and only one guy crossed the goal line. That's pretty damn good defense, okay? And that goes back to Jim Wynn. Jim Wynn was a heck of a defensive player and a great coach. But during that period, you know, we were ranked 4th in the country. Georgia was ranked really, really big in 71, and we ended up beating them. You can look over there on some of those scores. Florida State then took their place. So we were against Florida State. Both Florida State and us were invited to the second National Collegiate Championship in Davenport, Iowa, which we went out to very, very proud. So, you know, we played in 2 national invitational tournaments, one in Lexington, the other one in Davenport. Beat the British twice, which was, I think, along with everything I've checked out, the first international rugby match in the state of South Carolina. So you guys have a proud history, okay, that you can tap into anytime you want. But what I'd like to do is I'd like everybody to play in 72 and 73, come up here and stand right up here. And and get an award. Why did you get everybody in the picture? No. Guys, come on. Gotta bring it in. Pass it in. Y'all, we're gonna have to scrunch up and get it close. I'm not gonna ask you to go back down. John. John. There you go. Is there anybody who doesn't have one of these? Come on. Anybody out there? You gotta be within the woods. A little tighter. Robert. USC. 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 You guys have all your teeth.
Over in 20 birds.
No, that go down into the ditch.
And when the party was over, there was 420 left. Singing calls to your partner. Ass against the wall. You never get laid on Saturday night. You never get laid at all.
Come on. All right. I'm not. All right, hey guys. Guys, can I have your attention? One more thing. I'd like to offer up a toast to our brothers who couldn't make it because they're ill or they've already passed away. Dave Ainsley, right, passed away. Jim Elder, still can't make it. Sandy Frazier, still can't make it. Ed Hughes, who started the Hilton Head Rugby Club, played for us, can't make it. Multiple people. Andrew Scallon.
Our leading scorer.
Thank you, gentlemen. Greatly appreciate you coming and the opportunity to honor you. Awesome stuff. I'd like to invite Chris Murphy up to the stage now to say a few words, and then we'll be wrapping up the event.
Thanks, Robert. Everyone take a seat. So, 3 years ago, we all got involved to discuss the next generation of college basketball program, USC Rugby. And, we took the approach of really through a lens of past, present, future. We think about what was the best way to develop a program in a way that can understand and learn and celebrate the successes of everything that's been done in the past, to establish a program in the present that would be able to recruit and retain
the best student athletes that we could be a part of this program to compete on a national stage, and then equally, if not more importantly, establish a foundation for future success that's going to live for many more years than any of us will be a part of this, because that's going to allow us to establish a program that for the next 50 or 100 years, we'll be able to sit in a room like this, and hopefully it's going to be much larger, and celebrate all the successes of that. And, I'd like to talk about, we made a lot of progress. 3 years ago, there was 10 or 12 alumni that made a donation that got this kicked off. And this year alone, we're now 250 alumni, parents, and friends of the program are now donating. And it's made an incredible impact on this program. And in this year specifically, we've had some great events. In the fall, we had our With You weekend. We had over 150 people attend. We raised over $100,000 at that time that all went to the program. That is very much. And then in the spring, for the university's big giving day, Give for Garnet, we raised over $43,000, which was by far the largest of any club organization within the university. Much of that goes to Jeff Smolka with his very significant donation. Thank you again, Smoke Daddy. And the greatest thing about this is the best is yet to come. Okay, as we look at this, we are now beginning in early stages, working very diligently, working with the university on a field project that is going to really establish that next level foundation for this club. And it's going to be field, it's going to have clubhouse, it's going to have scoreboards, it's going to have stands, it's going to have everything that goes along with a top-tier rugby program needs to be able to compete truly and continue sustainably compete to the level that we're all looking to go and do so. And to that point, it's not going to be done on its own. The university moves very slowly with this. We're working very diligently to make this move as quickly as possible. Great kudos to John and to everybody who's involved with this. But one of the things that I wanted to ask for everybody here is that if you consider yourself a part of University of South Carolina Rugby Club and you call yourself a USC rugby player, rugger, please participate. Everybody comes from different economic backgrounds. All we're looking for is everyone to participate to the level that they can. Because if we can get everyone, all alumni, to participate as a part of the fundraising that we're working to go through, it will change the dynamics of this program for many years to come. If you're interested in being a part of the program with the field initiative, please let John know. We'll engage with you. Also, on your table, I believe there's a QR code. Is there a QR code on the table somewhere? Or on the program? On the program. On the back of the program, there's a QR code. If you feel so inclined, please use your phone. Please make a donation tonight. It goes directly to the program. The last thing I would say on this point is that all donations that go to the club get used for the club. There's nothing else that it goes. It goes to the betterment of the University of South Carolina Rugby Club. It goes to get a great experience for all of these young men that are going through a fantastic program, fantastic university. So there's going to be a after party at the Republic Beer Garden in the Vista, which we expect to see everybody there, and we will have a lot of fun. We don't have to be as reserved as we are when we're on university property. But I just wanted to say thank you. Before I turn it back over, I think I'm going to go to John, or am I done? Okay, so before I go to John, a very special thank you for one person here tonight, because he really did go above and beyond for all the planning and all of the driving and being a biggest force here. Rick LaBelle, thank you. Three cheers for Rick. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Okay, that concludes our program for this evening. Thank you again. Congratulations to all the Hall of Famers and go Gamecocks. This has been
say game, you say Cox. Game! Cox! Game! Cox! Thank you guys. Come on out to our rebar, right? It's in the Vista. It's kind of off the Bay Street. It's called the Public Beer Garden. Beer Garden. It's the Public Beer Garden. Yeah. It's right off the bay.
How you doing? Great job. I gotta run it faster.
Sorry about it. I text you. Yeah, I was working. Yeah. Straight from Positano, Italy. It's still on. It's still on.